Is that a little wrench on your keychain?
Yes. It doesn't actually do anything. It's just there.
Oh wait,
What do you mean it doesn't
sideways.
actually do anything? That can
was
wrench
his name.
something.
Yeah.
No, it won't hold in place. Like
Bullshit.
Oh, I can definitely see that.
I could use that. That could work.
I get that it won't hold in place.
Right.
There it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I believe it.
No, fuck that.
I mean,
I don't believe it.
Okay, so
This
this is
isn't Ripley's Believe It or Not, right?
this is
I
the
don't
new
This is Ricky
character.
doesn't believe it.
Yeah.
That's a new DC character named Sideways.
Wrong.
Wait, what? Let me see this.
Sideways?
Oh, that's cool.
He does look like Spider-Man, right?
He does.
He looks
Yeah.
like Venom.
He looks like Black Lightning and Spider-Man.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I get that.
With the
His
suit.
name is nope, that's not Derek James. Stupid name. You got two first names.
What a dumb name for a superhero.
Right?
You've been thwarted by Derek James.
Well, his real name is Sideways.
His name
it's
is
a
fucking
superhero name.
Sideways.
Character biography. Within the context of the stories, Derek James is a Puerto Rican high school
Ooh.
student who falls through a dimensional rift into the dark matter dimension. As a result, he gains the power to travel
AKA
through
Puerto Rico.
dimensions.
Sorry.
Oh my god, that's so bad. The dark matter dimension. Oh, you mean Puerto Rico? I was like, god damn, holy shit. No, that's what. Like, he lived in New York, I'm pretty sure. And
A Puerto Rican in New York.
I know. Was that
You're fucking with me.
Puerto Rican in New York?
Why have I gotten so racial in the last 30 seconds?
Something about
I'm sorry.
Somebody had to fill that spot.
What else? So, like, apparently him falling through this dimensional rift and utilizing that as his abilities causes more dimensional rifts and causes a problem with the space-time continuum. Who'd have thunk it?
Wow, maybe you should
Not
stop.
leap dimensions? Yeah, right.
God, guy,
Stop
it.
being a cunt, fucking up the world. But no, you're doing that.
Maybe that's why it's called Sideways.
Yeah, because he's fucking the world sideways. What are you watching? You watching porn right now, Ricky? What's going
Yeah.
on?
That's what
Yeah.
I always do. Anytime I'm on my phone, I'm exclusively watching porn.
It gets really uncomfortable whenever we're like at the owl farm and places like that, and it's just hardcore porn. And Ricky's phone. We're like, Ricky, we're having
I
conversations.
can't play a
with people.
show without porn being in my view at all times.
I feel that. He's got a VR headset, bro.
Oh yeah! Everyone thinks I'm grooving out. Oh, I'm having a good old time.
We've all got set list
like
taped
I'm really
in front
there.
of us. Ricky just has like a porn magazine that he's flipping through with his feet.
People think I'm messing with my pedals now. Looking at some titties.
Flipping the next page.
Just kicking some titties, right?
What is
Some
it?
titties,
Black is beautiful, right? That's. God, I miss porno mags. Such a classic time.
I never had.
Mags.
I never
Porn
had
magazines.
I never had an experience with that.
I just stole my
legitimately.
brother's.
I've seen some. I've been privy to them. I just had never.
Yeah, I've seen boobs
I got
before.
involved in internet porn too early.
No,
I was way too early for me.
man, yeah. Welcome to Fandom Nonsense. I'm Jack.
I'm Ricky.
I'm Coco.
And I'm also Noah.
I like porn.
So,
Who doesn't?
It's good for you.
I had dial-up growing up.
Right.
So it was even living out here, and having to drive to Paducah, it was still quicker to go to Paducah and actually
Go to the library.
and go to the library, go to Books Million, and look at like the dirty magazines.
Right.
And
Adult sections.
yeah,
Mhm.
and then it was actually like look pictures alone, let alone video, unheard of.
Right.
Absolutely.
Video was absolutely unheard of back then.
That was
It was on
a,
VHS.
there was a point. That,
Right. Then you had to actually be able to get it, and then
Which I can't even imagine the anxiety in a 12-year-old
Right.
with trying to hide a VHS from their parents.
Hey man, I had a DVD when I was way too young.
12 years old is when you start puberty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, the first time I ever saw anything pornographic, terrible fucking awkward story. I was at my grandparents' house.
I don't know why we're here, but I
It's
love
fine.
this. So.
I'm sitting there and like I don't understand how to work my granddad's TV because I'm like fucking 10 and like he's got like all these remotes because he has like that 90s fucking entertainment center that's got like the separate sound system that's like hardwired into and like so I don't understand how to work the remote and so he does it for me and I'm like thanks grandpa you're really cool and he like finally gets the TV on. That's the first thing, Skinamax, boom, right on the TV in front of my mom, my cousins, we're all just like. And my mom said, go play outside. And I said, all right, and I just got up and I left. And like that was probably like 10 years old. So like I didn't really know what was going on. But 12 years old, that was a whole different world of experience. Let me tell you. Never give a 12-year-old their own bathroom.
I don't know.
Just asking for everything to be ruined.
Just knock. Just as a general
Oh, it was
rule.
in my bedroom. I had a bathroom in my bedroom. Yeah, regrets. Talking about
Still, just knock, I think, is...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't come in. Just never go in there. If your 12-year-old is in his bedroom with the door shut, don't.
He's not listening to music. He's not playing video games.
It's oddly quiet. In
He's
here.
not reading books. He's not studying.
Right.
Stop.
Just pretend you don't have a child for a moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Give it like
Enjoy
5
the
minutes.
peace. Enjoy the peace. Like,
Yeah.
It's
About
quiet.
time he started learning. Maybe he'll calm down.
Man.
My grandpa had like it wasn't Playboy. I don't know what it was. It was some like generic off-brand porn magazine in his like tool shed. And my cousin and I found I was probably like 11, 12. He was,
Tool
he was
shed.
15.
He's probably like, what?
My cousin's probably like 14, 15.
All right.
And we find it. We're going through it, and then we get kind of like nervous. Like, what if he goes to look for it and it's not there? So we both find our favorite page or whatever.
Rip it out.
And then we had a clubhouse.
Take it on the wall.
And we had even better.
Oh.
We had a fucking Bible.
Noise.
Yeah.
Hide in the Bible.
Mine was in the book of Zechariah, and his name was Josh. His was in the book of Joshua. He spent 10 years in prison, but you know.
That story.
At least you
took
got to jerk
hard
off a
left.
couple times before.
Yeah, right. No.
Not for that. I should
Okay,
put-
good. Yeah, thank you. Awesome.
He spent 10 years in prison.
No wonder they
Falsely,
kept religion out of state.
falsifying documents of the Bible.
Oh my god.
Penthouse
So
was
we started this show on a weird page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bible.
Weird page.
Zachariah.
Yeah. This is our favorite page that we tore out of another podcast.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
I don't even know where to segue. Hayden Panettiere.
Oh.
No, we're going back there again. Okay.
But you said she'd be.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
That is
I
true.
made a solid transition. What a good segue.
no, she just seems like someone that I would see in porn and then see in movies. Like
As in, do
like
people
That
make,
happens.
do
like
pe-
a-
people make that progression?
Hmm. Have you ever seen Zack and Miri make a porno?
Oh, what was fucking?
it's
I almost
usually
said
horror
Shel
films.
Silverstein.
Uh,
Sylvester Stallone.
yeah, I was just about to say him.
The Italian stallion. That's why I said I went to go say. Yeah. Hey, baby, you ordered this sausage pizza? I am the law. I am the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Okay.
God.
Enough Sylvester Stallone porn impersonation.
Oh, God.
Have you seen the new Judge Dredd?
No, actually,
Yeah,
I did not.
it's pretty good.
It was pretty good. It's
I
a good
didn't
action movie.
refuse. I just didn't bother. Like, I like Judge Dredd. It was a solid flick back in the day.
I don't think you're gonna beat the comics ever,
No.
but you know,
You can't beat that game.
there was a Judge Dredd game.
Yeah, it was fucking awful or awesome, whichever way. Literally anything anybody did was illegal. So like, you're walking through the city,
for sure.
and like this guy is like smoking a cigarette, and it's like fucking 6 months. Like you just arrest people or kill people.
Damn.
Solid game.
Solid game. 10.
Yeah.
Hate it.
10 out of 10. There's like, I remember there was a fat woman that like, she was so fat that she had like a wheel underneath her belly. And that was how she like walked. It was nuts.
Ugh.
Hey man, the designers of that game went in.
Well, I don't know how to go from that so much and just go as far left as you can. Live action Swamp Thing TV series in development.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd
What are they
say
doing?
if we
Right.
saw a woman like that in
Netflix?
real life, that would be a
Netflix?
live action
Nah,
Swamp
it's gotta
Thing.
be Arrowverse, dude.
Yeah.
Motherfucking CW. You say that woman could be transitional into the Swamp Thing?
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, they look the same. She looked like if Tom Hardy was in The Mask.
Right on. So yeah, Swamp Thing. Like
It's
the,
Fresh off the news that Warner Brothers' upcoming DC digital service will officially be titled DC Universe, DC Entertainment has announced they're developing a live-action Swamp Thing TV series for the streaming service.
I'm okay with the name, for
Thank
sure,
you.
because I like the game. You get to create your own character and stuff. What was that? City of Heroes? Remember City of Heroes?
yeah.
And City of Villains?
And then they had DC Universe Online.
Yeah, and it's still free to play.
Right.
But that, yeah, it was exactly City of Heroes, but with name brand characters
Right.
instead of like artificially generated.
Which, yeah, no, I played the fuck out of City of Heroes
Right.
and City of
City of
Villains.
Villains was where it was
Yeah.
at, but
It was a lot better like game mechanics, but it didn't have the same amount of people on it as City of Heroes for sure.
no,
Ooh,
absolutely.
what's this?
Did you see that the Walmart of California accidentally leaked
Yeah.
those new games like Rage 2, a new Assassin's Creed, a new Destiny and
I remember,
stuff?
I remember seeing somebody tweet about that.
Yeah, Miles tweeted about it.
that's
How does
right.
that happen? Just like
They get given the information. They're not supposed to do anything with it, but like, especially I can see it in Walmart of California because with
do they sign
E3
an NDA?
Yeah,
whenever they
yeah.
get-
with
so
E3,
somebody got sued or fired over
Probably,
this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
When E3 is like what, in a month?
Yeah.
So like, what probably happened was they were given this information because
They have to have it for stocking purposes.
as soon as E3 happens, they're gonna be like, you can go out and pre-order this game now,
Right.
and people are gonna like go do that. So like, they're ahead of the curve with that, but like, they posted it all online to where you're like, you can readily read all these. And everybody,
Yeah,
I mean,
Borderlands 3.
which hell yes, dude. I
You know,
love
like years ago, they were talking about like if they ever did another Borderlands game, it wouldn't be called Borderlands.
which they made Tales from Borderlands, right? And then
Yeah.
That was different.
which
but
that's like
And then they also had the
Telltale game.
MMO
Mhm.
that didn't do. What was that called?
wait,
Their MMO
yeah, that was
they
a
released.
Telltale game.
It was
Right,
supposed to be
yeah.
like Overwatch.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is almost
Really?
exactly the same creators from Gearbox did all the Borderlands stuff. They did a new game, and it was an MMO.
You're not talking about Paladins, right?
No,
Okay.
no. This game basically failed at launch because Overwatch released like the same day.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't blame.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everybody's talking about Fortnite, and Fortnite was like it was out for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think they'll probably name it Borderlands 3. Chances are it's just a placement title,
Okay.
like for the third Borderlands game. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing that they did with they put it's Dragon Quest builders.
Oh yeah.
They have Dragon Quest Builders 2 up there, and so like
It's probably not gonna
it's
be-
probably not going to be called Dragon Quest Builders 2. It's just probably you know.
Right.
Right. Well, the other one was just called Assassin's Creed. Oh, and a Splinter Cell game. Thank you
That's
for
my
having the same amount of hype.
favorite
because fucking
espionage game
Pandora
ever.
Tomorrow was what sold me on Splinter Cell. It was the second game, and it was co-op, and like you could, you could have one team be the security and one team be Splinter Cells, and like you had to fight against each other to try and like it was awesome.
That's
It's just the best co-op game I ever played.
Man.
Or not co-op, player versus player.
Dude, Hitman was really great. Another espionage game, but as far as
The new Hitman game was good, but I mean
I
it
didn't
was
play
just
the newest one. The
new
one
one was-
with like the community built. Is that what it was?
yeah, like you can play like
Got released in
different-
episodes,
yes,
and
and that's something they're doing because they also put Final Fantasy VII up there. The remake of Final Fantasy VII was one of the things that they announced accidentally leaked, and so like I guess
That's
now
gonna
they're
be
gonna
really
have a
awesome.
release date for it, but they're gonna release that in episodes too.
I thought that already came out.
The remake of Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
No, I think you're thinking of Dirge
they
of
did a
Cerberus.
remaster of it.
Okay.
And the Dirge of Cerberus, which was fucking awesome. Did you ever play that?
I played Dirge of Cerberus. Very shooty. Very
Yeah,
like,
it was a. It was,
ADHD the podcast.
sorry, but yeah, no, like yeah, Final Fantasy VII got up there, and like I guess that means that they're finally gonna have a title for it, like or a release date for it. So,
Probably next year. Maybe next year.
so is Kingdom Hearts.
So I just randomly saw this in passing on the Swamp Thing article. Did you know about Young Justice Outsiders?
Yeah, season 3.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's releasing.
I
didn't know they had
whenever
that.
the streaming service, whenever DC Universe
Oh.
probably.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Because Young Justice season 1 and 2 were on Netflix.
Right.
And so I thought that Netflix was producing season 3 as well.
They probably were, and they probably like when Warner Brothers like we're gonna launch our own, so we're just gonna take this back.
Right. Well, because Netflix signed that deal with Disney,
Right.
and Disney owns like, and so they could put like all the Marvel stuff on Netflix and like went home. Except for Black Panther, which has not released yet, but man, still, have not watched.
The third season of the animated series will introduce several members of the team created by Batman and Black Lightning, as evidenced by some of the recently released key art showcasing DC Universe's upcoming
What
series.
did you say? Black Lightning?
Yeah.
But it's. Oh yeah, that's DC. Sorry, shit. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Along with different characters Nightwing, Superboy, Black Lightning, and Tigress, newcomers Katana and Metamorpho can be spotted. There are also 3 other currently unconfirmed characters, though the young woman in yellow appears to be Lightning, given Jefferson Pierce is in the art directly above her, along with the fact that upcoming DC...
Oh, Static Shock, dude.
What?
Static Shock.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, because because they had Virgil at the end of season 2. Because right at the end of season 2, it was the metahuman thing started happening, and so like they took in all these other mutants or metahumans and put them inside the Young Justice place to like train them basically. So I'd like to see Static in there.
That would be cool.
I feel like DC has a lot more... I mean, obviously, animation, they're doing fine in.
They were.
They were.
They were.
That's
They
fair.
definitely were.
I'll wait until...
After anything.
I'll wait until Death of Superman to decide if they've lost their footing altogether.
Right.
The last 2 Batman movies have been kind of...
What was that? Batman.
Lamplight or Darklight?
Gotham by Gaslight.
Gotham
Yeah,
by
I
Gaslight.
That
heard
was-
really anything good about that, and I heard from you that Ninja was
That's
trash.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's literally Ninjago.
I love...
It's so bad.
Probably my favorite thing in the whole DC animated universe, honestly, was probably the Damian trilogy.
Oh yeah,
Of,
Return.
Son of Batman,
Batman
Bad
and
Blood,
Robin.
and Batman vs. Robin.
Mhm.
Fucking great. Fucking like
Yeah, way to like
like. I really love the relationship between
Bruce and Damien.
no Dick and Damian.
Oh yeah.
As
The
the-
kind of older brother, but
Yeah, and
I'm
like
better than you, Ted.
the true heir, but obviously you know that in a way Damien's the true heir, and like like
By
they
blood.
kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of tension and thing, but like just since Bruce has to be standoffish to a certain extent, like the way that like Nick or Dick was more of a guide for Damian, just and the character development between those 3 movies for Damian Wayne is fucking
Solid.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely solid. I don't really think that they've hit the
haven't-
mark as good since then.
I mean, okay, so after that, he was also in the Teen Titans.
Teen Titans versus Justice League,
Yes,
right? I
and-
love that one too.
And then there was one after Teen Titans versus Justice League 2. I'm pretty sure it was like something about the Teen Titans. I didn't watch it though. That's.
I'm trying to.
But I mean, they just released Suicide Squad, the second Suicide Squad movie, and that one was all right. It takes place during the Flashpoint Paradox movie that they released.
Right.
Yeah, and it's got Reverse Flash in it and everything else. And like at one point, he got, I think it was Batman. He was fighting Batman, and Batman shot him to kill him, like in his alternate universe. And like, so he vibrated. He couldn't stop the bullet from piercing his skull. So he was like, he had to like slow down his body to a point where like the wound hadn't killed him yet. And so eventually he would die from the wound, but it wasn't going to be immediate by any means. And so like, it was solid. A pertinent point to the movie was that aspect. But seeing it take place during the Flashpoint Paradox, that Flashpoint Paradox movie was a 2012. That was one that like really sold me on the DC Universe's animated movies.
Yeah.
They did a phenomenal job with it, but like
One of the few that I've seen, and it is very good.
they're reaching now because they've stuck themselves into this Batman loop, and it's like if everything's not Batman, nobody cares, and it's like
Right.
I don't care about the Green Arrow, but I like the Green Arrow as a character, especially during the Dark Knight series.
Well, I mean, like, that's a really good point of, like, I think making a Shazam movie, like, right now is a horrible idea.
Absolutely. The Birds of Prey movie,
Why?
I'm kind of in.
Because the general audience aren't gonna give a fuck, and they don't have that trust built with Warner Brothers and DC like they do with Marvel.
The only thing they have going for them on it is The Rock.
Right.
And that's
The only thing I'm going for them, like,
Is he playing Black Adam?
yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Like-
right? Perfect. Perfect casting right there.
like Marvel has built such reputation for themselves they can make a fucking Doctor Strange or Ant-Man movie, or even go even more obscure than that. Marvel can make a fucking Howard the Duck movie, and it would sell out.
He was in.
He was in Guardians too. Yeah.
Have you seen the Howard the Duck movie?
Oh yeah, of course I have. I really love
Very
it.
inappropriate, very inappropriate movie for children.
Yeah. Duck tits. Woo.
Right. But
When you become you fill up with duct.
because Marvel has built that reputation, that trust with the audience, that they deliver good characters and strong story.
Right.
DC hasn't.
The thing was though is that like with that,
People are still gonna go see it though. I mean,
But not as many, because it doesn't have that brand of Batman
yeah,
or Superman.
the people that you're gonna get to go see it are people like us
Right.
in particular that are like.
right. But that's
I
who
know
went to go
this.
see Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk.
But that was
Sorry.
sorry.
Maybe the first ones, but
But
like,
that's the thing is that like with the Hulk,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
the Hulk came out the same year as Iron Man, and whenever I went to go see that second Hulk movie, I don't know, I wasn't super arrogant about it, but like
It's the third
knowing, huh?
The third Hulk.
They made 2 Hulk movies. Well, I mean, they made a bunch, but like they had the one with the guy Steve Banner. That was the actor's name, Steve Banner, and then they had the one with Edward Norton.
Right.
Steve Banner, I'm pretty
Wasn't
sure.
there another one?
No, Thor Ragnarok. That was the third
I just
one.
remember there being another Hulk movie.
No,
No,
you
I'm,
had-
I'm just thinking of the show, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, you're talking about with
yeah.
Rigno.
yeah, I almost said Andre. Yeah, so
He was
the
an abomination.
the Edward Norton movie was such a disappointment to the Marvel Universe that I honestly didn't feel like I should put faith in any more Marvel movies because they were very disappointing. You know, and that 2008 that was the Batman Returns, right?
Yeah.
Or
That's
not
what I'm
Batman,
saying.
Batman.
Rises?
Yeah.
That was like 2012.
That was not 2012, dude. That was like 2009.
Maybe 9. I feel like it's a.
It had to be like 8 or 9.
No, 'cause
The first Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy.
well, no, the
Eight.
Batman Begins was
Batman
2006.
Begins. Batman Begins.
Oh, okay, that was 2006.
So 2006.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, like they were doing well. DC, in my eyes, Superman Returns was an alright movie, but it was obviously full of imagination.
Yeah.
But then, so in 2006, Batman Returns, awesome. And The Dark Knight was on its way, super awesome. And then they released the Hulk movie, and I watched the Hulk movie, and I'm like, that was pretty garbage. I didn't really, I liked Edward Norton's character. I like Edward Norton, but apparently he's just a pain in the ass to work with or
Right.
something. But like the movie itself felt trash. It was like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and I don't know. It was just very
That did seem a little forced.
the climax and everything. It was just kind of like they're putting this whole like
yeah, the third act of that movie
yeah
was trash.
princess rescue type mentality on it,
Yeah.
and I didn't feel enough trust to go watch another Marvel movie. But then Iron Man came out, and I was like, all my friends were stoked to go see it. I thought, okay, well, I'll go watch it with them. One of the best damn movies I've ever watched.
Right.
Like,
I still love the first Iron Man.
yeah,
movie.
Iron Man and Iron Man
Definitely.
2 were solid, and that was the thing, is that they released these movies so close together, and you had one that was so low and one that was so high, and that people forget that Edward Norton's character was even a part of that universe because it was not,
Right.
What I'm saying is,
And-
if they are to make a good Shazam movie, then people will get over the fact that they've been
I don't
fucking
think
up.
I don't think so, because you're ignoring the fact that Iron Man and the Hulk, which really wasn't an MCU movie, it was a Universal movie. They just kind of shoehorned it in at the end.
We're talking about the
Yeah.
animated.
the Incredible Hulk,
Oh, okay.
the Edward Norton one.
Yeah, where they forced the whole like
like
Robert
whole
Downey Jr.
shield. Yeah, exactly. But those were the beginning of the MCU. They did
Right.
decent enough at the box office, but like I'm looking at Iron Man right now, and it's the first one is 585 million, which is not bad.
Is that worldwide?
No, that's USD, but I'm don't know if that's worldwide or not.
Right.
But what matters is 94 on Rotten Tomatoes, and just across the board, they did better,
Yes.
and they had a better audience reaction. We're too
Right.
far into the DC universe for people to care about a random side character that really hasn't been given much attention through the years.
He's been around. Shazam has been around.
They have that. They had
Culturally, you have to think about this culturally.
Yeah, he's in video games now. He's in
but like
he's around.
as far as like movie wise,
If you're not a fan, you have to think about the people who aren't a fan. If you're not a
that's
fan,
why Iron Man did so well.
The characters you can trust and bank on are Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, maybe Green Lantern and Flash.
Right, but because they fucked those
They already
up, they
dragged
may
him
be
in
trying to
and
distance
it's
themselves
already
from the
tanked.
canon
Which
of
makes
DC.
sense. That's why I
It
always
makes
say
sense.
the fucking future Batman Beyond movies would be awesome because you have new character that people aren't familiar with.
Right.
But you have that brand of
Yes, and so people can like get around that.
I think
But-
this could all just be solved by them making a decent Shazam movie.
Which is why that's why I say Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey is coming out, and
Right.
it's Batgirl, Black Canary,
Yeah.
and what is her name? The witch, not the witch. She's got the
Huntress?
Huntress, yeah. So they're making that Birds of, and they are forcing it. Like it's coming out first. It's coming out before any other DCU movie,
Right.
DCEU movie comes out. Which is awesome because you're giving us familiarity with the Batman name, but you're also giving us the whole
characters.
Wonder Woman process where it's like we have a strong female lead superhero wise, and then you've got new introductory characters, one that at least people are familiar with.
See,
You know,
I think the
Black
smart
Canary.
thing to do would be to make a good goddamn Batman movie. I think that's because people will go see it no matter what.
Well, yeah.
You will get a good opening weekend.
People will
And if
go
it's-
watch Batman.
People will go watch Batman, and if it's good, that can be a turning point for the whole thing. If you can make a good Batman movie, you'll get people in, and you can actually start to redeem the franchise.
Right.
I'm telling you,
I don't
was-
want another Batman too.
that's what I'm saying. If they would do anything,
I don't want a fucking DC fucking cinematic universe, but we
Right.
have it,
If
so I'd
you're-
rather it be good.
if they're gonna do a DC cinematic universe, either make it futuristic like Batman Beyond, or make it animated. Put your fucking animated movies in theaters because people will still go watch animated movies in theaters.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like-
I don't give a fuck what kind of styling you use for it. I will pay to go watch a Batman movie.
Absolutely.
You know, especially go pay if I know it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you give me a fucking Justice League Beyond movie, like they just completely like skip out on making the newest Justice League, just make Justice League Beyond. We've given you characters that you're used to, and we can introduce a new couple that you don't know. Boom, you opened up a whole new world, and then you can make singular movies based around that.
Yeah.
Does Wonder Woman age?
Wonder Woman ages, but not like incredibly fast. Like her mom is. I want to say her mom was like a couple hundred years old because she's fought the gods several
So
times.
she was like formed from the gods.
yes,
They
and
gotta play-
so was Diana. Diana was not
No,
born.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Diana.
Oh, because yeah, she was formed out of clay or whatever. I don't know. If
She does
ages.
have the like god powers similar
Yeah,
to
but
Shazam.
she gets like I think she ages like a Saiyan. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, just
it's just she
slowly.
gets the age, but yeah.
Right.
But then you have like Old Man Superman, so you can bring back a familiar face.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring back fucking Ben Affleck would play a perfect old man Batman.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, he already is.
Right.
You know,
That's who we should have been playing this.
exactly. And you know, it all works out so well, but they just God. I should just talk to them. Let me tell you why.
That's probably the most frustrating thing to me is like just it's already hard enough to make those kind of movies work.
Right.
Like even in Marvel movies, Marvel usually gets away with it, but there's still moments of like when people are talking about like super mystical things or whatever, like plot MacGuffins and stuff, like it's just normal conversation. I can't help but cringe, and there's so much more of that in DC.
Yeah, and I mean they do it in Marvel, especially in this newest one, Infinity War. There's a point in time where Doctor Strange mentions objects that are literally like huge plot points for Doctor Strange as a character, and he mentions them so casually that it's just like cast aside and people don't pay attention to that. You know what I mean? But with DC, it's like you were completely like shoehorning in all of Batman's storyline because you want him there. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter really what his motives are. As long as he has this origin story, we're good. That's all you give a shit about. And it's like you're missing the point.
And with Batman specifically, they're clearly going, or Snyder was clearly going for Dark Knight Returns, Old Man Frank Miller.
Part 2, yeah.
Yeah, Part 2 Batman. That Batman would never have anything to do with Superman or the Justice League,
No.
especially if he had never met them before.
No,
Right,
yeah. At that point in time, he's like, "Fuck y'all! I hate the government. I hate Superman." Like, and it's not even that he really hates Superman. It's just he hates Superman working for the government. You know what I mean? And all those plot points were there. You know, you had Old Man Batman. You had his hatred for what Superman did, and the fact that the government took Superman in and was like making him their personal weapon almost.
Right.
But then you just completely missed the mark, and you're just like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Let him do whatever he wants. He's fucking Ben Affleck. People are gonna come see this movie.
Right.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't really want to watch it. Just because I'm there doesn't mean I like it.
Just because it's Ben Affleck.
Yeah. I love Ben Affleck.
That
I mean, I
flick
guess.
in Justice League kind of seemed like he was on Senior Spring, like he
Yeah.
was sort of phoning it in.
Hey guys, what's up, cool kids?
The writing, I mean,
You know?
like
I was just waiting for James
doing a
and
good
Bob to
job,
come around the
but,
corner.
All right, I want to.
So, who's
he-
that?
it was just the writing. You
Yeah.
know, he was doing what he could, but you know, it just
Same.
seemed like he was
Daredevil. Exactly, Daredevil, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of Daredevil, to bring it back around and close this segment,
Something.
I don't enjoy very much from the DC television universe, but I feel like
At least
there's
it's doing well.
I feel like there's less that like it just needs some like minor improvements to make it really good.
Yeah.
Where it's not a completely broken thing like the cinematic universe is. I have more faith in that actually, like
Yeah,
actually getting
it's-
some footing in.
I hate to. That's what I really hate to admit is that like I may not watch the CW shows, but like the last one I watched was Smallville. And I love Smallville.
Yeah.
I watched all 10 seasons of Smallville. But
I just wish Tom Welling was an asshole and actually would have like
Come back- oh.
shot in the fucking suit in the last episode.
Yeah.
the only thing you get is this.
Mhm.
That was garbage, dude. Like, and they like did the whole Christopher Reeves thing. Like, you were doing very well, you know. Like,
Yeah.
but nah, they went and fucked it all up. I hate to admit it, but the CW is definitely doing what the cinematic universe can.
Right.
And the fact that they're stretching themselves so thin to do the cinematic universe, to do the TV, and to do the animated, and like,
I mean, they could. Marvel's completely changed the game on how movies are, and they're the only ones that are doing it properly and pulling it off. But the way Marvel can make movies that stand alone and then come together for these big payoff events, DC could take that to a whole new fucking level
Mhm.
to where they have like TV shows that aren't just like Rebels and Clone Wars were like, you know, they're part of the whole universe, but
Right.
really
No,
they're
this
like
is
side
literal-
stories. Like no, like just like
this is your little plot point
like
building up to
yeah,
this event.
like exactly.
And that would go very well. Like,
Have like the
so
season finales or the big fucking moments in the shows.
Yeah.
Be cinematic release movies.
And
That
that's-
would- that-
oh,
yeah.
the minute like they all get together and they all meet up, like they did that with Flash and Arrow, where Supergirl all met or whatever.
Yep.
You do that. You bring them all into this big bad, and then like you make the movie. Boom.
Right.
And like,
you could do Infinite Crisis like that. That's
Yeah.
probably the only way you could make an Infinite.
I mean, they
Crisis
fucking-
movies
yeah,
if you had all that
absolutely.
they
established.
definitely crossed that bridge with the Flashpoint paradox. Because
Right.
that entire third season or second season
Second
of Flash. Yeah. But
Second into third.
yeah, second into third. Yeah.
Third was the Voltron guy. No, not Voltron. God, what was
I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck?
it
did
was
I miss?
himself in the blue suit.
Oh, you're talking about the Speed Force dude of
It was himself,
Oh.
but it was
Yeah.
the suit
let's
itself.
call him Speedo.
Not Speedo.
I feel like it started with a G.
No, it wasn't a G.
Grimace.
Yeah, right. No, but I know that fuck. Oh my God, it's gonna kill me. He big dude with the.
But he had the suit that helped him.
Yeah, it's just burying the suit.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. The minute you say this name, it's gonna kill me. I felt like you were googling.
No.
Oh my God.
Gizmo.
No.
Was it a
Garbage.
V? You were. I think you were close to the Voltron.
Vortex?
Close.
Volpix? Volva.
Venom. Vellum. Like the paper.
Get out of here. Get
Venmo.
Savitar.
Saboteur.
Yes.
Okay.
Damn damn it.
Right, silent G's and V's at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Well,
There's
yeah.
47.
The
of
V
both,
was
so it's
there.
really
The
hard
V
to
was
get
there, so I get where you're going with Voltron. But yeah, no, the Savitar was, you know, and it was all part of the Flashpoint in general was like, oh, he wants the Speed Force to like use all to himself and stuff, so he's trying to kill all the other speedsters. That way he can, you know, that as long as he makes that sacrifice to the Speed Force, then he doesn't have to die, you know. Which is fine, and you know, and cool. But like you said, it would be awesome if they would build that to that point to release the movie, and then like after the movie, continue on with your seasons.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can even make references to that event. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, oh well,
Like-
and you don't have to do them all shitty and like coy. Like, oh, if you didn't see the movie, you wouldn't know.
I understand like the Marvel, for most part, the Marvel TV series
They have
are more gritty and don't really work with what happens in the movies. But you could fucking do something.
They reference
that-
them, though.
They do to a certain extent, but you could do something that Marvel isn't doing.
Exactly.
You could fucking get the game up on them.
I mean, you've
And-
introduced so many characters and gotten people accustomed to so many characters.
And I know he's so bankable, and I know that like people will go see him. But just make a good live-action Batman series that isn't fucking just
Gotham.
like that isn't Batman babies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like.
I love Looney Tune babies. This show is awesome.
Right. Superman doesn't need his own series. Just sprinkle
God,
him
no.
sprinkle him in throughout the other shows.
They do it in
Every
small.
now-
They do it in the Supergirl.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
I'm sure they mentioned him in Flash.
Yeah.
But you know,
Because it was a Supergirl crossover, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why his cousin all the time.
yeah, not good.
You could-
man.
You could take the premise of Batman Begins and give more of the detective
Oh,
Bruce Wayne.
yeah, like-
you got with. That's one thing I did like about Batman in the latest movies. You get more of the detective side of him, and yet that could be a good 3-4 season arc right there.
You literally
Right.
could just take the plot of Batman Begins and just stretch it.
Yeah.
And you're good. Like,
Yeah.
and then after
Batman, the Mr. Kung Fu story.
that, yeah, Batman meets a Jedi, and then they start playing Sunny music. Yeah, I would definitely watch that.
You know,
Me too.
I really wish they would do the Penguin again
In
in any
any movie.
any Batman universe.
Danny DeVito's still alive.
Yeah, okay, good.
He's
Good.
the
We need
perfect
him.
penguin, and I would totally watch him again. I don't care.
I mean, the first
He's
one-
even more grimy now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, he
God.
totally did. He
Him
would-
as Frank Reynolds just
Right.
Perfect.
it's so disgustingly awesome.
Like just
Yeah, him gargling beer is what I thought of.
Why are you flushing your shoes? I just start getting anxious. And I
Just give me a hand here to the table. You really just like mashing it. That's your niece.
He's just mashing it now.
God, oh, when he gets all hairless because he thinks the hair contains germs.
It's all covered in fucking Germix or
start on
whatever.
porn and on Danny DeVito.
Hey! Was Danny
Hand in
DeVito
hand.
porn?
I'm not looking that up.
Right.
Jon Favreau confirms setting script status of
Danny
of
DeVito
new Star-
porno.
of Danny DeVito's new Star Wars series.
Jabba the
Favreau.
DeVites.
Danny DeVito as
Yeah, he's producer on the live action Star Wars series coming to Disney's still
What do you
yet
want?
unnamed streaming service.
I love that he was like, I'm going to try my hand at
Yes.
directing.
The
That was how it happened, right? He wanted to try his hand at directing, directed Iron Man, and then everybody was like, yeah,
go for
Right.
it.
like everything you do. I don't care.
let's see.
Oreo, take on to go.
He has confirmed, and you'll notice that the series will take place 7 years after the Battle of Endor.
Oh, yeah.
Favreau also said the show will feature all new characters and use cutting-edge CGI motion capture technology similar to his Jungle Book and Lion King movies. Okay, two things.
Donald Glover's going to be in it.
That's cutting-edge technology.
It's just what he loves.
Donald Glover's The Jungle Book.
What the hell, he's playing Simba.
Man, I wish they would do.
Oreos are dope.
I wish they do live-action things a little bit further away.
From the original stories.
Yes, because they can't bring in Luke and Leia and Han
Mm-hmm.
without doing like fucking facial shit and it being fucking
Gross.
Tron
gross.
2.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
And that's
Jeff Bridger.
I mean,
Nightmares.
if there's anything like history repeats itself, like the remnants of that's literally the fucking story of the Nazis, the remnants of fallen, defeated empires.
All in Argentina.
They pretty much build the exact same things. Not like you just build a completely new infrastructure overnight. So it makes sense that the First Order looks like the Empire. It makes sense that the Resistance looks like the Rebellion. What's interesting to me in that time period is Luke and Ben and the new Jedi Order.
Yeah, it's
and
kind
all
of too
that.
late to do that, right? Like,
Right.
if you were gonna do that show, you should have done it following.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. It could work. It could work great in animation. But
Hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! I mean,
and the other thing is, I mean,
Clone Wars was dope.
get. I hope this isn't a new precedent. I hope this is just applying to series and stuff with the CGI and mocap and everything, because I think we kind of culturally learned a lesson with The Force Awakens. No matter what you say about it, it feels much more like Star Wars, and the more in-camera practical effects you can do in Star
The
Wars,
better.
the more it feels like a Star Wars movie.
yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, like,
And so I hope that we're not going to see the movies shift back towards, well, the technology looks good enough. It's not.
Yeah,
The technology looked good enough in 2002 for its
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like Attack of the Clones, those movies were the best fucking CGI available at the time.
That was
they
a-
were groundbreaking.
that was a
but-
big point.
It still just didn't work.
right. It still just didn't work because it's lifeless.
The Last Jedi, that was a big point, was the lack of use of the technology, you know, the high-end cutting, like CGI, because
Yeah.
they did that with...
That scene where they have like the small, or the iron, and it looks like a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, whenever he took the lightsaber clash, being like the only scene that they really like showed like thorough lightsabers, you know,
Actually, did.
that one scene.
Well, that happens 3 times.
Well, it happens 3 times, but it's the same shot. You know what I mean? Like,
Do they actually
3 times.
clash all the times? I think in the first one he just pulls the ceiling down on him.
Well, I thought he defended himself.
I don't remember. I just can't.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but like
Anyway.
using less is more. You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Jurassic Park did it. Not Jurassic World, but Jurassic World 2. I feel like they're playing with. They're trying to get back to that same setting. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
actually have kind of high hopes for that.
I do too.
I mean, the Jurassic World 2, the
Yeah.
settings like it looks good,
Yeah.
and I feel like
They gave us too much in the trailer. But
yeah,
I
they did,
think they'll,
but yeah, they'll probably recover. I mean, I think
seems like there's a lot
literally
going on
just the
post.
introduction of a little girl in the of a child being in
Right.
danger more than like a kid and his
Yeah.
brother running around the park. You know what I mean? But like the suspense of that child's danger.
That's the essence of suspense and action
Yeah.
and adventure and everything. Is if you care about the character and you don't want to see them in danger or hurt, then
Chewie. and
that's
Han
what gives the
Solo
tension
trailer.
and the suspense, and that it works really well with children, especially in a series like that.
Yeah.
Where the scale
I
is
mean,
so
because like
grand.
Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, whenever the raptors are walking around the kitchen, they're like banging on the pots or whatever. You've grown attached to these characters. You've
Right.
been watching them for probably about an hour and 20 minutes into that movie already, or I want to say at least 45. And like they've given you nothing but this character. Well, not nothing, but mostly this character has been filling your brain. So you're just like really attached to him, and the next thing you know, you're like, holy fuck! Don't let anything happen to that child.
Right.
And it happens.
What are they gonna do that within the second Jurassic World?
That's what I'm saying, is that they got that little girl in there.
Yeah.
And like she was like laying in her bed when
If they're
that
gonna
like
follow her for a little while.
they should. They absolutely should. Like if they don't, they're
Let's just
gonna
start the movie off.
yeah, like get you like who is this character? Let's get introduced. Get to know her. You already know who's gonna be coming in, so like know this one first.
Right.
Fucking Andy's.
Yeah, Andy.
Well,
It
that
wants to be
won't be-
Andy's daughter or
Well,
something.
that point we care about the character, so you're anticipating and worried about
Yeah.
when's it
Yeah.
gonna happen. You tease it 3 times, roll a 3, and then it fucking happens.
Yeah.
And,
There was
that's-
there was a line he said.
there's little things like that, man. Just make a good movie,
Yeah.
make a good moment.
Just follow the classic rules.
Yeah.
There was the scene where he said, where he's like, if I don't make it back, just remember, you're the one who made me go do this. And like, she just like looks at him, he's like, no, I'm just messing with you. Like, that joke, a fucking solid joke. You should have left it for the movie. You really should have, because that was a great joke.
That would have been like one of the linchpins of that.
Absolutely.
It's like if they had, I mean, I'm sure it's not on this level. It's like if they had the "I love you, I know"
Yeah,
like
exactly.
line in the trailer.
The thing is, though,
Like,
you would've ruined it.
I feel like that would be in a modern trailer. It absolutely.
Probably. Because people are like,
That
ha ha ha,
sucks.
you
Yeah.
know, and like
Yeah.
go see the movie.
that really sucks, though.
Because if they would have saved that for it, it would have been like, that would have been like something you remember about it. Like,
Right.
that fucking line.
If I ever made a blockbuster, the trailer, everything in it would be left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, that's fair.
There'd be
nothing from the
complete
trailer-
misdirection. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing
the-
from the trailer would make the movie.
They did a lot of that for Infinity War, didn't they?
Mhm.
Like a lot of the scenes that were in there were.
No, they faked a lot of things for Infinity
Yeah,
War.
right.
Yeah, like they, it wasn't just like, well, this didn't work, we took it out. Like, they never put the Hulk in fucking Wakanda.
Yeah.
That was never gonna happen.
But, you know, that's the thing is that I don't. Whenever they said that he was in the Hulkbuster, wait, well, no, he was actually like character-wise there.
Yeah, he was Hulk in the commercials.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just remember like thinking like I knew the Hulkbuster. I thought Hulk was in it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't even recall him fighting like the Hulk in the Hulkbuster armor. I mean, he fought well, but I don't think he fought
He
like
didn't-
the
he
Hulk.
didn't-
Because remember how he like comes down with that swipe
right.
and he's like
Yeah,
fighting
he's-
like
no,
the
I mean,
Hulk.
Yeah, he's fighting like he's in the armor. you know,
Right.
like-
Right.
There
I
was
think
this-
he's fighting like Bruce Banner
Right.
imagines the Hulk to fight. As
Right.
someone who can't fight and who's fucking
Right.
weakling himself.
I don't think the Hulk can fight that well either. He's just so massively powerful.
Yeah,
He'll just like leap
exactly,
on
right?
things and
It's
then
like
just like
Superman.
smash them, you know?
It's like Superman. Like Superman didn't know how to fight for the longest time. He's just I can hit things really hard.
Yeah.
That doesn't make a good fighter, which is why I always
Right.
thought like Goku would be Superman, is because like Goku's a fucking trained fighter. You
Right.
know, it doesn't matter how fucking strong you are.
Right.
This guy can fucking take you out, take you in outer space, drop you off somewhere.
Red Sun.
I feel,
Yeah, what's
I
up
feel
now,
like the
boy?
Hulk knows how to throw his weight around better, though. Like,
Definitely.
he may be
Yeah, he's got
a
more.
good-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the Blob.
He's been in the situation more.
So does
Right.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
okay.
and there's a master of it.
Yeah, it's like he definitely knows how to throw a Hulk foot around.
Damn. Vicious beatdown.
Are we ready for the good word?
Yeah, it is time for the first word.
Bang, 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 bang.
So, obviously, spoilers if you haven't seen episode 5 of Red vs. Blue or any of season 16, because other things might be spoiled in this discussion as well.
Season
but
16 is awesome.
Season 16 is actually turning out to be really good.
It's built for sure. First couple of episodes, I was a little wary, but man,
I do have a question about one thing, but we can hold off on it until
Okay.
later because there's a natural
All right.
progression here.
okay.
Well,
Likes, dislikes.
The scale of this season is so crazy, even within the
Right.
framework of RVB,
yeah.
because they're touching on all of these moments and like giving us.
I feel like we've gone from New York to cosmic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's kind of, but I mean, it's good and bad because where do you go from here?
Right.
You know what I mean? Same thing we have with Pokemon.
yeah.
You know, you give yourself gods and then things become a problem
Right.
because you can only go gods above gods.
Right.
We've already
but,
established the god of our gods here, the
Right,
king of gods.
King of gods. But the thing about this though is that everything that ever really happens with the Reds and the Blues is incidental. You know what I mean? It's not like they are skilled, exactly skilled to handle the situation. Things just kind of happen. You know what I mean? And it happens in their favor. So even if like they say killed all of these beings, it wouldn't be something that they did. You know what I mean?
I think that's why 13 works so well as a payoff for the Reds and Blues. Not only for like for Tucker especially, and then of course for Church and finally dying and everything, but they're the ones that had to sneak onto the ship and actually take initiative and actually like fight and get the Manus' shut down so they could actually like win the fight. Like it wasn't just the Red versus Blues like happenstance into being heroes. They had to actually be heroes.
Yeah. And it was. Oh god, season 13 is still so goddamn good.
Yeah.
It's one of the few shows that holds. You know what I mean? Like anything after this point, I don't really like. I'm kind of disinterested because of 13 hit me so heavy. But I mean, I still have the love, and I'm still gonna watch it. But I'm like, you can't top it. And if you do, fucking kudos. Like, my expectations are like here. You know what I mean? They're not low, but they're you know, they're just like okay, you know. But the idea of bringing gods in and doing anything,
it is really ambitious.
It's cool, but it scares me.
Yeah.
it does. Yeah, absolutely. Because either it's either gonna be really good or it's gonna be really bad. There's no gray area.
Like you said, even if it's really good, where do you go after that?
Exactly.
Right.
And a show that doesn't have like a definitive endpoint, like Red versus Blue, that can be a bad thing.
But I like how he said it's gonna be 2 seasons, right?
I think so.
So like, it's good that you can stretch this conquest out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not, you're not trying to slam it into 1 season. If you're trying to slam all this, we're already on episode 5 out of, was it, they're putting on 19 this?
Probably. It's going to be
smaller.
19 is pretty standard. He says it's going to be
Okay, so
short.
yeah,
so.
we've had this.
Yeah, I would say
15,
I'm going to
16.
guess 16.
So, I mean, we're at episode 5. We got 10 more episodes left in the season, presumably. And, you know, it'd be hard. But you've introduced it. It's been introduced well. You've given us a lot of fun in the first couple of episodes.
Oh yeah.
Especially bringing in
definitely.
John Wayne.
Oh my God! Seeing just all the people that Sarge over history is just like based his entire worldview around, and Alex the Great is just falling over from syphilis and all that, whatever he had, like fucking. Just like these people aren't at all what he thought they were,
No.
and
He's still more masculine than they are.
everything, all of Sarge's beliefs are just being destroyed as time goes on. You know,
It's good.
He's it's the only thing you can really do with this character because he's fucking
Destroy his world.
because he's dead set on this false reality.
Right.
And so the more you chip away at it, the more he like becomes tragic and human at the same time.
He's humbling himself by
It's just-
lowering his expectations.
He can't even admit that it was him that betrayed his friends. Like he has to put it
didn't
in
know
the
such
third
thing.
person. Oh my god.
dude.
His development makes a lot of sense to me. There is one thing that Simmons said in this episode that,
Science is trash.
yeah, that whole thing, it's like, why now? Because wouldn't it be, I get that he's like starting to feel that way ever since they get the time machine, and he doesn't really understand the science and physics behind everything that's happening.
But
So
it's kind of like him. It's kind of proving to him that like nothing really matters
right.
because everything that they're doing, like bringing those historical characters out of their time periods and into the future, and then like he's now John Wayne's part of a movie based around
Right.
Sarge's life, and and nothing that they did is affecting anything. It would have greatly affected what had happened in the past already, but nothing has altered in his life's timeline.
Right.
So meaning that anything that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's that's why science
But
is
I mean,
garbage.
at the same time, why at this exact moment is he turning away from that?
I think maybe it was like camel's back type thing.
Because of the gods, maybe.
I mean,
He's
the
not aware of that, necessarily.
the line was fitting. Well, not necessarily, because
I mean, I understand him feeling this way. It's just now of all times, you know.
How many characters are we destroying this?
I think they just need development for Simmons, and they're taking him along with this. Because at the beginning of this episode, he's still himself.
Yeah.
Like we know he's having this issue with the scientific background of this machine he's been given access to. But he's still in a scientific process at the beginning of the episode, and he just like switches on it immediately.
Did Shivama or whatever her name is? Did she mention being a god at all?
She said she was a god of death.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe like that's kind of like something that's
Probably too.
fucking with his mind, because this is only taking place like what?
That was an episode.
10 minutes after everything that just happened,
Yeah.
and so like
I think if anything, it just felt a tiny bit rushed.
it did.
But
I get that.
I like the development of him having to confront that, because that's the basis of his worldview too.
Right.
And it's kind of the alternate, like he was completely
slow it
based
down.
in facts,
I feel like
Towards the end of the season.
we'll
Beginning of
definitely
the
get
season.
hit with something big or whatever, and then that'll lead in usher in season 2 or season 16 rather. 17. Sorry.
And I think that if we don't get one next week, which on the site they've moved PSAs to their own separate category from RVB.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be an in-between season thing now, which I like.
Yeah.
Because
placement.
Yeah, give something to fill the gap, and builds up hype for the new season to come out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't slow down the pace of the season as it worked in Blood Gulch. I feel like after that it kind of like it was always a low week, and always took them a couple weeks to get the numbers back up after like they drop PSA and be like, okay, I guess the season's done. Like, you know.
Right. Whereas I am sick and fucking tired of seeing people on Twitter or YouTube or anything talking, or even on the fucking site talking about when are we going to be able to watch this on YouTube. Like, for fuck's sake, go to support, dude. Like, go and just viewing it on their website is supporting them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for you to sit there and be like, well, I'd rather watch it. Oh, somebody said in particular on YouTube or on Twitter, sad to see that you killed your partnership with YouTube. It's like they did nothing. They did no such thing of that. And you're just like basing this off the fact that you don't get your weekly update on there. It literally is going to take you the same amount of time to go to the Rooster Teeth site. Yeah, their old site was garbage. Laziness. But they're trying to get you to come check out their new site.
I hope
YouTube is evil, anyways.
No shit.
I hope that I hope they dig their heels in on this, and they don't ever put a season like they never do RVB on YouTube again.
Apparently, Matt had a blog post. That he said that the idea is there to put it on YouTube eventually. Right.
And then Bernie on the podcast, like the following week, was they were talking about it. You know, you saw it. And he was like, "There's no plan at this point to put it on YouTube," and he's like, "And I'm so happy with that."
Yeah, like why does it need to be there?
It was, that's
svod-roosterteeth.com.
Yeah.
There you go. Good to go. Shit, go watch it mobile. It's free.
Yeah.
It's still free to watch it.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is be a member of the. You don't even have to be a member, do you? To watch the free every other week or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just go do that. Sign up.
And if you do, you can log in with Facebook or Google. You don't have to make a fucking account.
It sounds super fucking easy, and you almost you can do it like you do YouTube. But hey, just complain about it some more because you're on YouTube on your phone all the time. Me. Oh wait. Sorry. I was projecting a little bit. Sorry.
Speaking of complaining about it a little more, Ruby. I
don't want to see that either. Fuck off.
Yeah.
If you write the show, no. Why do you have any right to complain?
Right.
About a show's pacing or what you think that the show should have been? It's
right. Or bitching about an indie, fully American-made cartoon, and it not being up to the standard of fully developed international studios.
Right. Sorry about it.
And I was watching.
It should be to their credit because of how high quality it is, given the budget and the resources they have the access to.
And I was watching, and it just misses the fundamental point of who Monty was. I was watching a panel with Monty and Jordan Squeers from 2013-14. I think it was end of season 1 of RVB, not RVB, Ruby, called Animating the Rooster Teeth Way. It's a really good panel, and Monty was just talking about different tricks he uses and the amount of limited animation and recycled animation that Monty does,
right?
Or did, and just you could spend forever on it and get something perfect, but it's not about getting perfect. It's about making something.
Yeah.
That's
what's important.
That's what's important. Accepting the flaws and improving on the flaws, but just putting something out there and just making something, and that mentality carries into Ruby post Monty. And the thing with Ruby post Monty is people forget they completely changed the system. going from, yes, most people are more familiar with Maya, but they still had to rebuild everything. They still had to rework everything and make it work in the context of the show that they built with Poser and do it in Maya. So season 4 and 5 are the same as season 1 and 2. It's, it's learning as it's going and everything.
And it still looks great.
It looks fucking amazing.
Better than probably 10 times better than whoever's complaining about it could do.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you can do better,
Yeah.
make better.
Yeah.
Nobody's like, pushing you to complain about a show. If you have a problem with it, fix it.
Or just don't watch it.
Or don't watch it. Turn it
Although
off.
you should be watching it because
Yeah.
it's good and you're wrong. But
I mean, I understand. I'm a harsh eye on a lot of things, but
Right, but the
it's
standpoint is that they're giving non-validated reasons because
Right.
of personal
Right.
opinion.
Right.
Like you're not giving me anything other than that show sucks or that
right.
show's a mess.
If you can give me objective reasons why you have your subjective opinion, I can
Right.
respect it then.
Yeah.
But if your entire logos is just what your opinion is, then
fuck off.
your idea is cyclical
Yeah.
in nature and it's not.
Big ass chip.
it's not a big ass.
It's not a big ass chip.
It's a big chip.
No, that is for sure.
There's a chip in my big ass chip. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just don't bitch about it to the creators, the producers, or executive producers because you don't like something. First off, they don't care.
Be constructive if you're going to give feedback,
Yeah.
Please be more constructive with the criticisms.
please.
Who told you that?
Steve?
Steve.
It just, and veering off a little bit from RT, but it applies there too. It's just, there's so few. There's one thing I like about Sugar Pine is it's still small enough as far as like the core fan base that there isn't that fucking cancer there yet. But everything,
It gets there.
it gets there. Everything fucking gets there where the fan base feels like because they're engaged and because like
They
we
deserve to be opinionated.
have this right exactly like they're validated like
No.
like
You're supposed to be engaged. If you like something, especially internet content, you need to be engaged. You
Yeah.
need to be there to support the thing that you're interested in. Because if you don't, it's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to see progression in something if it's not getting funded to progress. You're just watching the same nothing that you're mad about.
It's a problem that even I will have too, is just trying to avoid entitlement over IP that you enjoy, because if you want things to just fall into where exactly you think they're going and be what you want them to be, you're robbing them of what their actual merit is.
You're going to be disappointed.
yeah. As a writer, I will say that it's never, the audience should never even be a consideration.
Right.
Like their opinions and wants and feelings should never be a consideration. Your wants and opinions and feelings should never really be a consideration. It should
the
be
story.
The story.
You're creating something that if you were in the audience, you would enjoy.
Yeah.
It's just people who think that they can hide behind an anime profile picture and complain about whatever they want because nobody really knows what they look like.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
No accountability on the
no,
internet.
exactly, and that just sucks. And what was that? The Circle, the movie The Circle, where everybody is no longer anonymous. What you are, internet-wise, is who you are. Fuck yeah. I don't care if you watch porn or whatever.
Right.
Do your thing. But if you're gonna have that strong of an opinion, I feel like you should be, less anonymous about it. Put your face out there. Put your, who you are, what you do. But if you're not doing anything and you're just complaining about everything, what's the point in even?
Right.
Trolling.
Yeah, but even with this particularly, it doesn't feel like trolling. It just feels like cockbites, not fandom cockbites, but just actual cockbites.
Yeah.
And people always hide behind the, I'm just a fan. I'm just criticizing. That's fine, but at some point,
You're an asshole.
the straw breaks, and you're just an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm not a fan of a lot of the Arrowverse shows. I don't go on their subreddits every week and shit on them when bitch about every minor thing that I found wrong with them.
I just don't watch them.
I just don't watch them, and I don't engage in the conversation.
Right.
If I happen to find a conversation, sure, I might issue a criticism or something. That's different from constantly
finding the niche to get into to where you can complain about it.
Yeah.
Just because you want to, like you're going hungry to complain about something. Oh, what is it? Pointless. Absolutely pointless. Are you this nigga been watching that anymore?
And fucking.
You good?
Yeah.
Woo. And it's been the same. It's been the same way with, and it's always hilarious because it happens in music, especially in your more cultural genres like punk rock and hip hop, where like
I don't like it.
A band will put out a record, and it was like that record sucks. They sold out. Like they lost the edge.
Yeah.
And then like 5 years later, a couple more records down the line, that record is the gold standard. And now they fucking sold out. Like
Right.
it's just being part of the RT community for as long as we have. I know you've seen it too with RVB especially. Like
This season,
Blood Gold Chin did season 6 happen. They've lost it. It's over. They've ruined RVB. And then Monty comes in, same thing. Miles, like it always fucking happens. Like it's just like.
And that's the worst thing is that like
Just trust him, and if you don't like it,
leave.
Stop watching.
That's the thing is that like being part of the RT community, especially like early days, meant you're part of the community. Like
Right.
you may not like everything that they do, but you're not here to hate. You're not here to bash everything they do. You're not here to just be an asshole about things.
Right.
Even if you've created an account and you say you're trolling, you're not trolling. You're opinionated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You're expressing some inner desire by doing that.
and this show was like, especially back in the day, was everything to a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like you get in there, you watch the newest episode, you're just, you're coming home, you're stoked, you're just ready to go. And then like now it feels like, especially with the Achievement Hunter community, a lot of just brash entitlement that is not deserved by any means. Like it used to be.
I think their viewership skews younger.
It kind of does,
yeah.
and that's, I think that's part of the issue is that it's a lot of 15-year-olds that are sitting around like thinking they're better at anything. You know, I'm better at video games than you, but I'll still come here and watch you play it.
Right.
Like, you get it's not even that broad of a spectrum. You have your two types of people: the people that fucking loved it and the people that want to bitch about it. And it's like, I usually catch myself, oh, well, somebody commented the other day and they said something about like, oh, well, I hate to say it, but, I could do this, da-da-da-da-da. And I went, cool.
So do it.
Like, just fucking cool,
Congratulations.
man. Yeah, like, who are you telling this to?
Yeah.
Are you telling it directly to them? No, you're just saying it as a comment on a video, you know what I mean? Go get inside the blog post. Do they still do that? Where because I remember back in the day, you could put a post on the community.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still, I haven't done it in years.
I know that now that the video side of the site is running better. I know
Is that where they're trying to usher community?
They're gonna rebuild the community side of the site.
Because I feel like a lot of the community stems, you either have through fan pages on Twitter or on Facebook, or you have the community actively talking to each other through the posts of the members of the team.
The only decent place is the subreddit, but it's so varied whether or not like something will get like attention or not, whether there's actually like a conversation or not.
And see, that's something I like is that the RT family does post in the subreddit. Like a lot of times, and like there was one I was reading about something Gavin did, like people were calling it scripted, and and Gavin got in there and was like, no, man, like there's only been one point in time that something has been scripted particularly. Like other than that, it's usually we have to explore something before we get into it, because like how am I these things that happen are still surprising. The comedy that happens is still off tip, but we don't go in here planning on making this happen to make this happen. No, it's just like these are all coincidence. It's not something that we want to set up for you guys.
Right.
And it's good to see, especially Gavin, fucking community, where you say it's been 15 years now or whatever, or no, 10 years since he joined the site.
Yeah.
Damn.
And like, yeah, it's super dope.
That is so cool.
That's probably getting close to Gavin coming onto RT for 10 years, because
that's
he
what
was
it
like
was.
he was there from day one. Not day one, but like he was one of the early.
Yeah, it was like episode 6, season 1 that he's got on the site, and like, you know, they brought him over when he was 15 years old. I think, when he was 15, he was staying with Jeff. Like, 15 years old, living with this fucking dude, and like, Bernie was talking about it whenever a week after the documentary came out about how like he was going through his old pictures and he found this picture that he had taken with Barbara and Gavin, and it's like. He was like, I'm an old dude that's taking pictures with fucking kids, you know what I mean?
I wish I knew what a beautiful thing we were a part of back then.
I would have been more active.
Yeah,
I would have been so much more active.
100%.
Yeah.
I regret it, like, not touring when we were fucking kids.
Like, I was, you know, I was big on Zanga and Vampire Freaks and things like that, but there was a certain, I don't know, I just felt more joyous to be there than like to participate with the RT community because I didn't feel welcomed per se.
I don't know. It's not that I never felt welcome. It just I didn't realize it was. It just felt like just another forum page. You know,
yeah, like I'm not going to be heard. Nothing's really going to. Yeah,
right.
What is it? It's not really worth me being in here.
Exactly. You know? Like it wasn't gonna change anything.
But if I would have gotten to talk and know the people that were I'm literally enjoying watching nowadays, you know.
Yeah, I didn't realize. You don't realize at that age that on the internet it's like literally them like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Like it was just them doing it. You think it's like, you know, like this aggregate site like Newgrounds or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like.
But these constants that were there, you know, always posting, and that's what I think Jeff had said or Gus that like seeing Gavino over and over and over and over again, he realized who the fuck is this guy, and he wanted to get to know him better. And it's cool stuff. There's actually Bernie was talking about it. The creator of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, is it Jeff? Yeah. He, you can go back and there were posts that he made on forum pages being like where he quit his job and was like looking for developers that want to do this because I'm coming up with this idea and I really need some help on it, and like trying to get people to come help him build Amazon, and like people being like casting him aside because it's like fuck this, but no dude, if you had jumped at that chance, look at where he's at, you know. He's literally trying to be the first trillionaire, you know what I mean? I mean, hey, Amazon doesn't pay taxes. Everybody knows that, though.
Like at all?
Not at all. They're like a church.
That's hilarious.
Speaking of Amazon and taxes and church, fucking Branded.
Branded was awesome.
Branded's amazing.
Branded was like, seriously, I woke up, I saw that it was up, and I was like, oh yeah, this is that pilot. I love RT. I'll give it a shot. You know, watched it. Perfect, dude.
It's got great ensemble cast. The themes are timely. Like the whole setup of it is something that feels like it's ripe for comedy and could actually exist nowadays.
Yeah.
I really love the straight man lunatic.
Yeah.
Kind of like dichotomy, and I really hope we get more of that.
Yeah, it was good.
Porter stuck out to me.
Yeah,
he's great.
I love Porter.
There was something about what's his name, Brody? I didn't realize it until the second watch that like his mentioning of whenever he said, why does that sound so familiar? He keeps mentioning things along throughout the episode about having basically having a child, you know? And like that's just episode 1. Like and I've learned a lot about this character through just little jokes. Oh, that's the dope part.
Wait,
look at him go.
Wait, it's telling Cubic faked the moon. Cubic faked the moon landing?
I didn't say
nothing about the landing.
That's a solid line.
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
Plus timely, right?
Yeah, exactly. We were just talking about this.
Absolutely were.
I think my favorite fucking joke with Porter was whenever who's the main character? What's his name?
I literally was trying to remember it. I wanted to say it was oh fuck! I made sure to remember it.
Damn, he's the one I can't remember.
I wanted to say it was Chuck, but that doesn't feel right.
Scarlet was the girl, right?
Yep. And then you had Phoenix.
Brody.
Oh my God, Grace.
Porter.
Oh, dude.
But that is so strange. Because he has the most screen time of anybody.
He said, "Hey, so it's Grace. No, wait, I'm such and such. You're Grace. Like
Clark.
Yeah. Thank you. I knew it was a C. I just didn't remember.
Great mnemonic device.
Right.
Whenever whenever Clark is when they just found out that Joel Heyman's character the pedophile.
Shit.
It's like, no, you shouldn't be touching anybody's parts.
I'm gonna have to do what that guy was gonna do.
That's disgusting.
disgusting.
So yeah,
You thought I was gonna do that?
He's like, I don't know you very well.
So do they say what their criteria is? Because like as far as like picking these up, because God, I hope this gets picked up.
No, not particularly, and it's something that Jeff. I think it's something that Jeff said during the last off-topic podcast, the most recent one, that if the community liked Achievement Hunter, make it known, because if you make it known, they can make it happen. And so I think that's where it stands right now, getting the reception that they want to get, getting the feedback, and hearing that their fans really want to see this, because fucking A, that was hilarious. And even if it's just like crunch time, even if it only gets one season, fuck yeah, I don't care. That's a solid season.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely worth it to me.
I mean, it can't be for a show. It can't be that much overhead.
Nah.
Well,
especially location-wise, like everything that they're doing seemed to be like very like close.
Yeah, it's like office buildings and
like they could almost, if like in one episode they could get like picked up well and be able to use the Stage 5 as like their place of business, you know what I mean? Because Stage 5 belongs to a lot of different people in Austin. It's not just Rooster Teeth. So like you could totally utilize your own facilities to show the it seems easy enough.
And now they've got the full screen office out in L.A. Sugar Pine
just moved in with Funhouse.
Yeah, moved to Funhouse's old office and
Is Funhouse moving too?
Yeah, they're staying in the building.
Okay, but they're moving offices. Yeah, because I knew that they had gotten the old office.
That's really cool. They're in the same.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Is like Cow Chop, Sugar Pine, and Funhouse are all centered in LA, but like they're all in like different buildings. Yeah, RT West, and then you have RT. You ever been on the RT Australia page? Their profile,
they're big there though. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. The profile picture is just the Rooster Teeth profile picture of the cockbite image, but it's turned upside down. It's like I saw it earlier and I was like, that's fucking perfect. Like, you didn't need to do anything different. Good job. And like I follow on Twitter a lot of I think I did it on the Indie Carnival page too. The a girl named Beck McGee's what her Twitter handle is, and Lucky Bones. She's part of the Australian gaming community. She's a streamer and content creator, and like they're really awesome. Like just the community. That's why I say like I'm not super active in the community on Twitter, but I try to be. You know what I mean? I try to like comment and try to say things, and and they're just normal people too, and they get back to it. But then there's those harsh people that want to make. There's one girl and her thing is like Jeff plus Gavin and like hearts and stuff like that. And like some dude will be like, "Is this what a Rooster Teeth superfan looks like?" And like,
yeah, sure.
Comment harshly. Like, why? What's the necessity in that? Like, you just feel the need to be like, "That's awesome, good. Like, glad we have you in our community." And then they would feel the same exact way.
Did you watch the Old Man podcast?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What did Jeff yell? He said, I think Gus said, like, let me finish or whatever, and Jeff just let him finish, like, screamed. I was crying, dude.
But I forget, I think it was Jeff that talked about everybody, like, just, like, he was talking about, like, being single at 40 and his career and everything, like, it's having that, like, being so used, everyone comes up to you expecting a job, and, like,
it's hard to get out there.
Yeah, you're like,
it's either they want something from you or they don't know who the fuck you are, and you're lucky when you don't get the I don't know who you are type mentality, because that was when I think Gus was talking about him and Esther got together. He said they were out talking or whatever, and he said, I just need you to realize I'm part of this thing, it's kind of blowing up, and I just want you to know that I'm kind of internet famous, so like if it happens, don't be and she had no idea, and she thought he was giving her shit. And then went out to get coffee, and the minute they walked in there, the dude looked at it, the barista looked at him and went, Gus from Rooster Teeth, and like screamed, and she was like, how much did you pay him? like hell yeah, like that's really cool. But I can also see how, especially nowadays, it's problematic, because especially living in Austin, where everybody in Austin's damn near a fan of Rooster Teeth, I like to believe anyway. that these people are all the time going to be doing something, and it's not going to be unusual to run into somebody shady that, has this in their head, like, maybe if I could get around them, then I could get in there,
I mean,
people had that same feeling about Ashley whenever she started, whenever her and Bernie
I
started
think
dating.
if you just... People are generally good judges of character. It's usually pretty obvious what people's intentions are whenever they, like, become a part of something. Like, I don't think they'd just bring people randomly into their community.
You're not gonna bring somebody into their life and you'd probably get them acclimated, get to know them better, get to know their family type thing.
I feel like it's
search their internet history.
I feel like it's turned into more of a celebrity culture than a fan community and family in a lot of ways. Like, I know you've seen it. Like, there are people in the calling you motherfuckers out. There are peaceful people in the RT fan group on Facebook. Like, they'll collect pictures of fucking RT employees and stuff like their Pokemon and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And especially like whenever somebody took a picture of Jeremy when he was like on a subway.
Yeah.
And somebody was like posted and said, "Oh, look at this picture I got today or whatever of Jeremy." Da 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 da.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Go fucking introduce yourself." Like, these are normal people. Like, don't be a stalker. Don't be a paparazzo. Just fucking sitting off like taking pictures. That's creepy, dude. Like, go up, shake his hand. He's a good guy. He may be tired. He may not want to deal with you right now.
I can't even imagine how uncomfortable that would be if somebody was just like watching you from afar and just like.
Michael,
I couldn't imagine either, Nolan.
Michael said on Off Topic that he went to McDonald's the other day. He was playing God of War, and it was like fucking like 3:30 in the morning, and he's like still trying to beat God of War. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going to get burgers." And he went to McDonald's, and they were serving breakfast. But the guy that was at the window was like, "Okay, well, your total's going to be, are you Michael?" And he was like, "Oh shit, yeah." He's like, he's in his fucking pajamas going to get McDonald's at 3:30 in the morning, And then like. He said he beat God of War, and the next night he went back to McDonald's because he was like, this time I'm getting some fucking burgers. And he like showed up there at like 3 a.m. And the first thing he thought after he like gave the dude his order was, "Oh shit, I hope that's not the same guy." He pulls up and the dude's like, "Oh, you're back." And he's just like, "Yep, I'm garbage." this is who I am, I go get burgers at 3 a.m. And like these people, they're good average people. They play video games for a living, but they're not like hoity-toity about everything.
Right. This is a returning theme in the content they make too. Is that nobody is actually special. It's just that
people.
Circumstance will give you things, and it's all about what you do with what you have in life.
Right. God.
And if I ever am so lucky as to meet any one of RTs watching this, I'll let you know right now. I want a job.
Yeah.
I want to be an affiliate.
I'm just trying to shake some hands.
Basically.
I think at one point I applied for a security job at Rooster Teeth, just to like be a security guard for like the stage 5, just so I could be like out there and be like, "Hey, what's up, guy? See you. All right, cool."
Everybody safe?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I just want to talk to him. Shake his hand, send him a pipe bomb in the mail. Obviously, the next logical step.
Even like a job like a janitor or something, I value RT so much.
That that's respected to them.
I don't feel like I could live up to it in my head.
Right.
I feel like
I'm not cleaning well enough for you people, and I know it. But you ever seen the Achievement Hunter office? You would be surprised. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about the janitors. I'm just saying Achievement Hunter is a fucking mess.
You gotta work on your hands.
Achievement Hunter is a fucking mess, dude. They do whatever the fuck they want, and they don't care.
Shout out too.
Hell yeah, bro.
I can't wait to have like 8 computers in one room recording all the fucking time.
4K TVs, or 4K monitors all up over the place. Dude, Achievement Hunter's got the dopest office. Like, super jelly.
Oh my god.
I remember back when Ryan had to sit on a couch behind everybody else because they didn't have a desk for him. Like, now they've progressed so far, dude.
Now they're kicking desks apart.
Yeah, straight up, dude.
She's like, "I'm just gonna kick it." Like, what did you expect?
Jeremy straight dropped an axe kick on Gavin's desk, and they were like, "What did you expect to happen?" He's like, I'm like, "Yeah, you just fucking axe kicked the desk in half, dude." Oh god.
Didn't even bother to catch his TV. He was right there.
Yeah.
There's so much drama in an axe kick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
nothing goes good when you axe kick anything.
Like imagine somebody like trying to kick you in the chin, having missed, and then realizing they're about to axe kick you. Like,
It goes up. What goes up must come
you missed
down.
me. Oh shit.
Here it
Oh,
goes.
you didn't.
Oh,
Been
here it
a
goes.
little hard on the.
RT community.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean, we love you guys.
Yeah,
the
we're-
good ones. Just don't be a shithead.
Right.
You know, like we love you. You love us. Maybe. Probably not. Who
I'm
knows?
gonna call it family is family.
Yeah.
You know. Like,
Yeah, you know, I love Sugar Pine. I love Cow Chop. I love JT music. You know, I will watch anything that Rooster Teeth is putting out there to me, and it all started because of family.
You know, I won't, but I also accept that like
There's
if they want to
differences.
get cast as big and Ed as they do and what they aim to do, not everything can be for me. Like
Absolutely,
I'm happy that like
Everything that makes for me. I don't know why.
right.
Maybe it's just like I watch anything. I'm like, oh, it's great.
Oh yeah, like we were talking about that. Like it's really about the hook with RT. Like anything that I watch for the most part is solid. It's like
They have
can
to
those
say that.
first few episodes like grab me and get me into it. Like
I wasn't a big fan of Achievement Hunter until 2014, something like that, like 2013. Whenever, like, I think it was probably about 2013, 2012. Whenever Ray was there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the initial Jack and Jeff duo, and then bringing in Gavin, it was very...
Always watched the Halo.
Yeah, like it's
That
like
was a
those
big thing
were
for me.
those were all right, but it was just like I liked what they were saying, but it wasn't like this comedy team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it feels like they have this fucking trope behind these cameras that are killing me. You know, they always have something great, but like you know, it was the hook initially. I wasn't really interested because it just seemed kind of plain. You know?
Well, at first it was. I mean, it's going to develop into something.
Exactly.
Kind of like what we're doing.
Yeah, over time. It's gotta get a little love and a
Get a
little
little
time.
love, a little trial and error, you know?
Mhm.
What works, what doesn't.
Right.
We gotta get some hires in here, man.
Honestly,
I'm
we should get
thinking-
some interns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more blood, fresh blood.
Well,
International.
We should all get an assistant.
Oh man.
Oh,
Every one of
yeah.
us choose an assistant.
I don't even need an assistant, so I can't afford to have an
Convince
assistant.
some young whippersnapper to do our bidding.
Dibs on
I
the
got a
hot
son.
This is a hot one.
one. What?
I got a son. He does what I say.
Well, you can have the hot
Go
one.
move
I'm gonna
on.
take the chick.
Oh damn it!
Yeah, you
wait,
lost that
who's the
on
hot
that.
one?
Theoretically, dibs on the hot assistant.
I thought it was.
Could be a dude.
Sam.
Yeah, that's the only interns are my son.
Yeah.
So who's the hot one? The 3-year-old. Noise. That's
Whoa,
disgusting.
whoa, whoa,
Nolan.
whoa.
That's disgusting.
Whoa.
You shouldn't play
Whoa.
with anybody's parts.
Anything else we need to cover before we sign off?
Go watch Gork's Quest. It comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fucking do
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
Yeah. Well. It'll be
It's already
like,
out.
It'll be like it comes out on Monday.
Okay.
So it'll be yesterday.
it's
Yeah.
Go watch Gork's Quest.
Do
It
it.
looks pretty awesome
If
too.
you haven't already.
And
Bang.
stay tuned for the end of the month. All the pilots are going to be dope. Every single one of
They
them.
are. If they're
Especially
anything like
Patrick's
this one.
podcast.
Hell yeah.
I know we've slacked on getting the post shows up, as in we haven't been, but this week we are actually doing the Infinity War post show. That'll be up by Friday, so make sure to watch that. Desert Science Season 2, Episode 2 will be up on YouTube this Thursday.
2 by 2.
Episode 3 will be up on the Gumball Game playlist, along with the post show.
Can I direct an episode of Desert Science?
Please.
I just want to like do it my own way. Just one episode.
Yeah.
Just one.
And
Be freaking nuts.
Coco will be directing Episode 4. Desert Science.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Episode 3, because we haven't
You haven't shot episode 3?
shot it yet.
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah. So
Oh,
if you want to
God.
come over tomorrow and do that. But yeah, that's how things go here.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Ask,